Hi, it's Sai. So again, I did Art Fight this year, and I'll be showing the attacks I did. For those who don't know, Art Fight is an art event that happens every year on July, where you have to battle against the opposite team and win. It's fun since it's like an art gifting game where you draw other people's OCs for points and they draw yours for points too. I'm not good at explaining, but you get it, I hope. The terms I'll be using are attack, which means a drawing of an OC you did. A defense or revenge means where they attack back by drawing your OC. Revenge chain is where you keep attacking the same person, and so do they. Friendly fire is when you're attacking someone on the same team, and that's really all I could think about right now. The theme for Art Fight 2025 was crystals versus fossils, and I joined Team Crystals because, I don't know, the colors and the aesthetic was very pretty. I enjoyed it this year just like the last. I did more attacks than last year, and I'm very proud of it since it's in a better art style and they are more detailed in the shading and coloring. At least I like to think so. I did a total of 63 attacks, making my attacks from this year and last year equal to 100. So I was very happy about that. It's like a straight 100. This was my second year of Art Fight, so I was excited and knew what to expect. Also, my sister joined this year. I was so excited. If we're still alive next year, please attack her. I'll leave her Art Fight in the description, as well as all the people I did an attack for to credit them. I did a lot of attacks, so I'll have to separate the attacks in 3 parts. I had goals I mentioned on my prep video and Art Fight bio, which were do 30 to 40 plus attacks and experiment with brushes and different art styles. I beat the 30 to 40 plus goal, as you could tell. And the using a different brush with every drawing I did, but I don't know about the styles one. I feel like I did the same thing. I don't know. I tried-ish different styles, but I don't think I did it enough like I wanted to. I made a log of each day stating who I attacked and with what brushes, what I struggled and disliked, what I liked, and other side notes. I'll be going by days, so this will be an interesting video for sure, I hope. Full of random details and stuff. Alright, let's get on with the video. Alright, for day 1, I don't know, but it was so damn hot this whole month. And I struggled in this heat, man. I live in California, so it was hell this year, but we still fight through this pain. You will see that throughout the whole month, honestly. Also, a lot of people were already complaining on TikTok about not getting attacks or other issues, and I just leaned away from that because it was chaos and I just wanted to enjoy this year of Art Fight, and I was just actually having fun, so. But sadly, Art Fight kind of felt bland and boring this year. I don't know how to put it. It felt sad in a way, unlike last year. I don't know, but still, it was still fun. So on the screen, I'll be showing the brushes I used for each attack, person I am drawing an attack or defense for, and the ref sheet of the character I am drawing on the screen. The screen will be a bit crowded, but you know, it's informative, I guess. Also, my bad if I pronounce any of these names wrong. I'll try my best to get them right. Alrighty, on to the first attack. I think everyone and their mothers attacked this user, and that was actually Ray, also known as Ginja Ninja OWO or June. They are a popular YouTuber who draws pretty much everything and has a unique art style. They are currently working on a series called Prism of their OC magical girls, and I always wanted to draw their main character, Kat. Their hair is so pretty, and this was my chance to draw them and for them to see it, since I would be very embarrassed to send it to them in any other way. I don't know. Anyways, I knew they were joining via their Twitter stating they wanted to try Art Fight but was confused, and then seeing they joined. I followed them when they had, I think, 200 to 400 followers on there, and now they have more than 10,000 plus. So, they did advertise it on their YouTube, so they were going to get jump indefinitely. I attacked them on the first day for a practice piece, since for this one, I used my default art style and brushes. At least I tried to do my default art style. I don't know what it is. I don't know my art style, man. It's just random. Once I finished the attack, I submitted it 1 hour after our fight started, and an yeah, they had over like 50 plus attacks already. So I think that shows you how popular they are. So the character I drew, like I said, was Kat, or Katsume, I think is their full name. They talk about Kat more in their video about Prism and like the story lore and everything else. They seem very serious-esque and just a nonchalant character, so I gave them a normal-like expression. I wanted to draw them like they were standing in the facility they work for. At the time, I didn't know it was like an airport, so it just drew like, or did like, I don't know, it was just like a random facility look. It wasn't like at the airport, like they said that's where they're from or work from. I really struggled on their head and it just turned out rushed in my opinion. Not a good first attack if I say so, but yeah, my default art style lacks flavor and I was so excited to study some styles and brushes to see what I could really do to spice up my art and get better. I got 46 points out of this attack. For the next attack I did was for 8 Digital. I wanted to attack them since last year their characters looked so cool and I wanted to draw them so bad, so I picked the character Jace. Jace is the person who makes the ammunition for the zombie apocalypse they're in. I find it cute how they always get into danger accidentally. I wish I could have done a drawing that would have more of a character story into it, but this whole month all I did was headshots and very little of everything else. I feel so bad. Maybe that should be my goal for next year. I wanted to attack Jace because of how cool his hair and accessories looked. I love the yellow and white contrast. I had a pose in mind where he was gonna look all chill and annoyed, but switched it last minute. As you could tell, I struggled with the pose so hard. I just couldn't, so I just went with the headshot. It just wasn't working out. I also struggled with the eye placement and the mouth, so I was just a mess. It was semi-rushed, but I still think it's detailed enough. Still don't like it though, but you know, I like drawing the hair at least. Anyways, I tried new brushes from now on, so the brushes I tried were okay. For the sketch, the brush was nice for a messy sketch type look. For the render, I just used my regular render brush. I wish I could put an ID for it, but there is like no ID for it because I just got it from a friend. So I don't know where they got her from. I got 31 points out of this attack. Anyways, they revenged me back. And look at this, it's so pretty. They drew Noya. They drew him so outstanding, like so cool being a fighter. I love it so much. Like the details, the blood, like they went all out with it. The third attack of the first day was for luxiferstar. I wanted to attack them since they had such cute characters and they didn't have any attacks, so why not? We gotta support the newcomers. I drew their OC Anera. They are an inventor and have electricity powers. I wanted to draw them because, I don't know, the color palettes were just so pretty. Also the clothing, it was so cool. I like clothing that has like a futuristic look to it, like tech wear and stuff. I struggled with the pose, as you could tell. I tried doing some art style changes that I didn't like, so I won't be using any of those in the future. The coloring job was just a mess. I don't know, it just wasn't like neatly done. The sketch was too light. I could have made it a little darker. You can see I struggled with the head and hair and struggled with the other eye too. That left eye, man, bro, I keep struggling on those. In the end, I didn't like the results. It was too filtered and just rushed. I used a new brush and the sketching brush was okay, not an exciting thing to talk about. Render was the same brush I used on the previous one. I just really like that brush so much, Render. I got 54 points out of this attack. After this, my body felt sore and I was in pain. I haven't drawn this many attacks in one sitting. Anyways, they revenged me back, and I got this beautiful piece of Iblis. Just look at him. He looks so adorable. He looks serious like he is. It's just so cute. So for day 2, I only did one because I was kind of tired from yesterday and this piece was heavily rendered. Anyways, this next attack was for Lemonstone. They had this cool edgy look to their profile that I love so much. I had to attack them. The red and black scheme is just gorgeous. The character I picked was Romeo, since I love their color palette of red and black, like I said. My favorite color combination. It's what I mostly wear, that's why. I tried a new style, one of my favorite artists, just learning how to shade and the face structure they do. I struggled on the skin shading a little bit, but got the hang of it after a while. I loved the rendering of the hair though. It's so gorgeous. Oh my god. It was so much fun. I love how this turned out, except for how fluffy the hair is and how I drew their eyes a bit too apart for my liking. I used shoe brushes I ended up loving. The sketch was so nice to use. It gave me a fun style to work with, and for rendering, it was perfect for rendering. It gave me like a painterly vibe and I loved it. I got 31 points out of this attack. For day 3, I did 2 attacks. So the first one I did was for, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but kill inner walls. The very first attack I got, look at it, it's just so pretty. It's of my boy code and I just adore the colors. Also the expression, they just killed it. I chose to attack their OC Ash because of how cool they looked. I also really like blue and I'm sad I didn't get to color them. I just did a great scale since it looked cooler and I wish I could have colored it, but anyways. Ash is a half elf, half human who is an apocalyptic survivor. 2 characters from an apocalypse so far. I decided on making them sit on a seat and have this like cool perspective to them, but I'm not super great at perspective, so I failed on that. I struggled on the face a bit. I always struggle on the faces, yet they are like my strong suit too, so I don't know. I don't like how the pose ended up either. I wish it was like more perspective like, but it just looks like they have big shoes. I only used 1 brush since it was grayscale and that brush was okay. I gave it a messy pencil look to it. I accidentally had it inverted the whole time, so the belts were on the opposite side, so ignore that. I got 28 points out of this attack. For the next attack I did for the day, I kind of burnt my fingers while cooking, so I struggled on drawing this attack a little bit. But I attacked my mutual, Cowaretta. We met last year on Art Fight and have been friends since. We talk all the time now. They attacked me early on and it's so pretty. It's of my OC code and my sister's OC Signar, because they are lovers. Look at how pretty they drew them. Like, oh my god, they cooked on this for real. It's so pretty. Like, I love everything about it. So gorgeous. I wanted to attack their OC Daryl because last year I attacked their OC Aiko, and apparently they are lovers, and so I had to draw the partner. Their story is so cute, I swear. Daryl is so sweet to Aiko, and they are childhood best friends, so it's even more adorable. They get Aiko what they want, and just being supportive of Aiko despite Aiko going through so many issues. I need me someone like Daryl, I swear. I studied a new style and I just wanted to practice how they draw faces because I was struggling with faces. I loved the way they drew different types of faces. I don't like how the hair turned out though. I struggled so hard on their hair and the damn rose. But I like how the colors turned out and the rendering. I used new brushes so the sketch was nice to use and gave it a soft look to render over. For the render brush, I felt like it was only good for shading. I got 31 points out of this attack. Actually, I didn't finish this attack on day 3, I only did the liner, and on day 4, that's when I did the coloring and the rendering, so on to day 4. I'm gonna do this a lot. There's gonna be a lot of days where I just do the coloring or the line art and just the next day I like shade it or something. So there's gonna be a lot of those days. Day 4, I finished the revenge on Cowaretta and started on a new revenge on Casper's Whispers. They drew my boy Noya. He just looks so cute and shy. It was adorable. So I had to revenge them, of course. And I picked their OC Fern since I wanted to practice armor as someone who plays Fire Emblem and wanted to, draw armor. Like, there's a lot of characters that have armor in that series and I really want to draw them, but what if I don't know how to draw armor, Fern is a human-angel hybrid and is a knight priest. I tried studying someone else's art style, but only the way they color and shade. I struggled on drawing the armor since I didn't know how exactly to make it look like the reference. I don't like how the proportions look, but I do like how the armor shading looks. The colors are so pretty. For the brushes, the sketch brush was great. I love the texture it gave. It also gave smooth lines. It's good for the messy sketch look. For the render brush, I liked it for painting and blending at the same time. it gave it like this painterly look to the piece. And again, I didn't finish this revenge until the next day. There was still some coloring left. I got 54 points out of this attack. Also, it was 4th of July here in California, so there was like so much fireworks, but in my side of the neighborhood, there were just gunshots rather than fireworks, so I was going through it, bro. Day 5, I finished the revenge on Casper Whispers and moved on to revenge Cupid Letters. Look at this attack they did. It's so detailed, and the scene with my boy code, they did so good. I can't. Like, it's just the details in the scene. It's just so, I don't know how to say it. Like, they actually did details for my character. Oh my god. They said code gave them mad scientist vibes, and yeah, he kinda is one in a way. I picked their OC Avi because they look so cool. I love alternative people. OCs, anything that is, you know, seen as different to others. They have narcolepsy, and oh my god, poor thing. Like, I don't know how I would manage with that. They are a photographer and use their camera to contact the dead, which is really sick. They have a webcomic about them, and you should go read it. The art is so pretty. I had the pose in mind of them being in a box-like area and having them take a picture with their camera. I struggled on drawing the pose more, especially the arm. Also the hair. I'm not really good with textured hair, but I tried. Please don't hate me. I don't like how the legs turned out, sadly. I do like how the pose looks a little bit though. I had so much fun drawing their camera. I just love their design. I tried a new brush, of course, but for the sketch I used a brush I made but later on changed in a different brush you'll see in like day 29. And if you like go to day 29 and see the brush I use and like it, please tell me. I kind of want to like share my brushes to people. That's kind of why I'm showing the brushes I used here, because I just love showing people my brushes. But yeah, this version has a nice sketchy and messy look to it. For the render brush, I really just like how it's for shading. It can kind of work for rendering, but not fully. The coloring was hard since they had a color palette that was very alike, and they had an anti-AI filter on, so it was kind of like hard to get the colors right. But I looked for colors that were close enough, you know, color theory and all that shit. I got 77 points out of this attack and didn't finish this attack on this day. On day 6, I finished the revenge on Cupid Letters and started on revenging Microwave Tunnel. Look at their drawing of Venus. He looks, oh my god, he looks so pretty and just stunning. Like, I love how everyone has been drawing him. They all draw him like in such a diva look, and I love it because he is one. They did such a good job. Love the colorings. So I picked their OC Corey to revenge because just look at them. They look so cute. They are just a cute dog boy. I wanted to draw them in a cute art style since I am more of a edgier type of artist, so this was a very new take on for me. I struggle with the mouth and the hands, so I kind of dislike the proportions, but don't get me wrong, I love how everything looks. It looks so pretty, like the liner is so smooth too. The colors, like, you know, everything just looks gorgeous. For the new brushes, I like the sketching brush for like chibi art. It's really nice for that. It could be good for sketching too. So for the render brush, it's just good for shading, not really rendering. I just hate the fact that I made them look like a child. Ugh. I got 31 points out of the attack. Next attack is on XXxx. Since they attacked me, look at the drawing of Jean they did. It looks so pretty with Senko. The colors are just mwah, so good. For revenging them back, I picked their OC Ash. Was there already another character, Ash, in here? I think so. I didn't realize I picked 2 characters with the same name. Their colors were just so pretty, I had to. They had like this androgynous look to them, and they gave me gender envy. They are a successful boss of a big company that produces weapons in their world. They prioritize customer and people consent in the first place, which makes them to have a place in most of people's hearts. I wish I had a manager like that. I just had shitty ones. Anyways, I struggled on the face and the hair, so I kind of don't like how the face ended up, and the legs either. But I like how the hair and the clothing turned out. They look very pretty. For the brushes, the sketching brush was nice. It gave a pencil-like texture. I like how it feels to draw with it, pretty much. For the rendering brush, it was awful. I don't like it for rendering. If I pick dark colors, it's still light. Probably good for shading or blending. I don't know, but I just didn't like it personally. I got 46 points out of the attack. Again, I didn't finish the attack on this day, so I finished it on the next day. So on day 7, I woke up severely ill, but the grind still continues. So I finished the attack on Kina and moved on to Minakami P. I remember them. I revenged them last year and they redid their attack on me this year, and so I gotta redo the revenge I did for them back. They did this lovely art of Jean. They did one last year, but I could see the big improvement in their art. The colors are so pretty and just everything is so cool. I love it. I chose the same character to revenge back. Wabe, I think that's how you pronounce the name, because it has like this weird B. Is it Way and then just like a random symbol, or is it Wabe? Let me just say Wabe, I'm sorry. So I did the same type of pose-ish as the original, so I could like do like the redraw, you know? I wanted to go for a more painting X vibe, since they're like a vampire. They're a vampire that had slept for centuries that wakes up in the present world. I struggled on the hand and I kind of dislike how the hair looks, but the face looks so pretty. Better than the old attack I did. This was the old attack, by the way, it's so bad. But like, look at the redo, it's so fucking gorgeous. For the brush, I used a sketching brush that is deleted, so sorry, it's not going to be shown. But I like it for how messy it is for sketching, but that's really it. For the rendering brush, I used painting brushes to achieve the painting look. I like them for that. I got 38 points out of this attack. Felt too ill to continue, so I finished it the next day again. On day 8, I finished the revenge on Minakami P, and on to the next attack, which is for Cherry Cat. I followed them for a while since I loved their cute art style and I love their content. I wanted to attack their main persona, or their Sona. Their hair was just so gorgeous and I was just so in love with the colors. I struggled on the sketch because the brush I was using didn't feel great to use, so I kind of like how the sketch looks like now. But at least the face was good, so I don't mind. For the brushes, like I said, I hated using the sketch brush. I got the hang of it after a while, but it's very hard to use and I really hated the struggle of using it, but it wasn't like bad, it was just like really hard to use. For the render brush, I really liked it for rendering. I learned to use it normally and I feel like it had potential. Also, I didn't add the glasses since I felt like it looked better without them in my style personally. So it's just them without glasses. Other than that, it's an okay attack. I got 40 points on this attack. They revenged me back and oh my lord, look how they drew my Noya. He looks so cool yet cute at the same time. They did such a good job on him. I'm glad they enjoyed drawing their hairstyle. On day 9, I revenged Lafry. They drew this gorgeous drawing of Venus. Look at him, he looks so pretty. I don't know, it just drew him like such a diva and I love it. I decided to attack Kieran since their style looks so cool. Like the mask, hello? He is an outlaw alchemist, like a medic. In their world, alternative medicine is seen as bad, so they don't mind being an outlaw if it means saving people. I struggled on drawing the hat, like I don't know how to draw cowboy hats. It's just so hard. The sketch was also hard to draw out. I don't know why. So I hate both of them. Like, the way I drew the hat looks ugly, and the sketch looks ugly. I don't know. I do like the face and the hair. They look so pretty. I like drawing their smug face and their hair details. For the first brush I used, it was bad. I didn't like it, so the next brush I used for the sketch was... it wasn't something I liked. I struggled on using it as well. I mean, you could tell when I said I hated the sketch. The rendering brush was kind of hard to render with. I liked it better for shading, sadly. Overall, the drawing is okay. I wish I could have done better. I got 40 points out of the attack. Next revenge of this day was for Janky Hanky. And this name might get mentioned a lot throughout these videos, since they did a chain with me. Like, I think 3, 2, I don't know how to but they just did chains with me. I drew 3 of their characters, and this is the first one. But look at the attack they did on me first. It's of my pony Sona. I put them on art fight for the people who can't draw humans and could only draw ponies. I should maybe put my regular Sona at one point when I can one day, but look at it. They said emo pony on the title and valid. They look so old. I love the brush they used for their line art. It's so cool. I picked their OC Tissy because they said it was their favorite and they didn't have any art of them at the time, so I was like, we're drawing that character. I also wanted to challenge myself. I haven't drawn a character like this, so it was fun. Tissy is the daughter of the first male general in their world. They can't control their anger and have PTSD of wars they have been in. Poor thing. I wanted to draw them in a more angry type of look. I also didn't add their coat since they have like another reference where they don't have it, and I wanted to draw the X marks on the chest. I thought they were cool. I surprisingly didn't struggle on this for the first time drawing a character like this. I kinda don't like how the jaw looks. I feel like it's a little too human, I think. I do like the jagged look of the piece though. It looks really sick. For the brushes, the sketch brush was very fun to use. I feel like it's good for like a pencil look. For the render brush, I didn't like it for rendering. I feel like it's only good for shading, just like the previous rendering brush. This was so fun to draw. It was something I'm not used to, but I'm glad I tried it out anyways. I got 31 points out of this attack. Next revenge of the day was for Elarive LVK. They drew my boy Noyas. Like, look at him, he's so cool. I love the hair and the shading. It just looks so detailed and cool. I can't explain it, but like, it's so cool. I picked their OC Dahlia since they had such pretty hair and a very like nice outfit. Just gorgeous. Dahlia, despite being pretty, is a tech bro, honestly. I found it funny when they said Dahlia is more self-aware than the average tech bro today. I wanted to draw their hand on their face somehow to show like a delicate look to them. I gave them that smirk that they have on their ref. I didn't struggle on this for some reason. I hate how the line color is gray though. I wish I made it darker. I like the hair and the expression though. For the brushes, the sketch brush was also fun to use. It also felt the same as the previous sketch brush because they are from the same bag. I like how pencil-like it is, so I really like it. For the render brush, it's nice for rendering if you want to blend separately with a blending brush on the side, so keep that in mind because it didn't blend naturally like as the brush itself. Their hair was so fun to draw. I like that type of hair. I got 54 points out of this attack. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't finish the revenges on Janky Hanky and Ella Raves on this day. I finished them on day 10 since I got severely ill again. Oh my fucking god. Also, it was morning already and I was kind of spiraling with thoughts, so yeah, it was time to call it a day. On day 10, I finished the revenges on Janky Hanky and Elarive and worked on an attack on Studio Kimbla. I know them by their 3D art and I loved seeing their animations and other works, so I had to attack them. I picked out their OC Rolex? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just look at how pretty they are. They had no attacks and I was baffled. They are so stunning, so I had to draw them. I wanted to draw them in a very pretty seductive like pose, like looking like a whole diva. I also drew them with their companion Zibalba. I kind of forgot Rolex's hat and jacket, my bad. But yeah, they were so fun to draw. I kind of struggled on the face a little bit. I dislike the way it looks, but I guess it's fine. It's just a little too manly for my liking. I also don't like the shading. It's kind of like too much. I think like too filtered, you know? I do like the pose, it's really pretty. For the brushes, the sketch brush, I really liked it. Though I have to use a dark color to get like a gray outline and I have to press like really hard and draw over the same line to get like a darker look, but it's still great. For the render brush, I only like it for shading. It blocks the colors nicely. I got 77 points out of the attack. They revenged me back and oh my lord, look at it. It's so pretty. They did like a 3D artwork of my OC Ren. It's so lovely. They even added her in a scene. Oh, like they cooked on this so hard. It's so good. I was geeking so hard when I first got this because like, just like look at it, the scene, bro. On day 11, I worked on an attack on Cloud Amorcia. Their characters caught my eye since they weren't human. Well, some of them were human. So I wanted to experiment and see what I could do with those type of characters. So I chose to draw their Dandy's World OC Heidi. I'm not really familiar with Dandy's World. I just seen it on Roblox and TikTok from time to time. But I had to draw their OC, it looks so cute. Heidi is an observant and ambiverted toon who could not hide his reactions, even if his life depended on it. I mean, they are a chameleon, so it's kind of cute. And honestly, same. I can't hide my emotions even if I want to. I went with a more cute style for it. I really like it. I struggled on the proportions a bit, but I really like how the pose turned out and the shading of the horns too. It looks so cool. And the colors, they just itch a part of my brain. It's so colorful. For the sketch brush, it was really good for chibi-like art, and the render brush was good for shading. I like how it blends a little too. I got 46 points out of this attack, and they revenged me back. Look at it. It's so cool. I love the liner and the way they draw humans. Like, oh my god. I love the look. It's so cool. The next attack of this day was a chain revenge with Casper's Whispers again. They drew my diva Venus, and just the way they drew their hair, it was so pretty. I was in awe. I loved it. It was, just gorgeous. So for the revenge, I picked their OC Cove. I wanted to draw Cove since I love bunnies. They are so cute. Literally, my persona is a bunny. Cove is their Sona, so I don't have much to say about them, sadly. I drew them in a simple pose, sadly. I wish I could have went more all out with it. I wanted to do more, but I don't know. I think I was really tired at this point trying to finish it. I struggled on shading it. I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't putting my whole back into it, I don't like the pose either. It's too simple. The only thing I like are the colors because I really like blue. I don't know. I just wish I could redo it. Hopefully my future goal for art fight is to do poses and not just headshots, I did so many headshots this year and I feel so bad about it. I was just running behind. Again, hopefully in the future I could just go all out with poses and designs and make it more out there and personal instead of just a damn headshot. Anyways, for the sketch brush, it was okay. Not perfect, but just okay. Now for the render brush, I just hated the two brushes I used. They weren't for me. But this attack got me 31 points, so that's fine. The last revenge I did of the day was for Elvis Ray. And I honestly wish I did these attacks when I had a little more energy, because the fact that they look so low effort infuriates me. I just didn't give their character the justice they deserve. Look at this attack they did on my girl Ren. They really drew her so stunning in the shading, and then I just gave them this plain piece of shit. The character's so pretty, and I wish I could have done something with the character, just a really better, cooler pose, but I just gave them a sitting pose. What? Anyways, I picked their OC Kana to attack. I love characters with white hair, and their outfit was so cool. I loved it. Kana is a D&D character they made and is a prodigy. I wanted to draw them in a cool position and making them look energetic, but it just looks so wonky. I struggled on drawing the face, so it's not my favorite. I kind of like the pose, but not really. It's kind of awkward, so I just don't like this attack I did. Alice Ray, if you're watching this, I'm going to draw you something way better, please. This was horrid. I'm so sorry. I could do better. Give me another chance. The sketch brush was not a good brush, but it's good as a messy sketch brush. I like how soft it is. The render brush was meh. It wasn't good nor bad. It just gave it a pillow shading type of look. I didn't finish this attack because I was just exhausted, so I left it for the next day. I got 61 points out of this attack. On day 12, I finished the revenge on Alice Ray and started on the attack towards Cluey Seeker. They are a friend of my mutual Kawareta, and I wanted to attack them since they didn't get any attacks. I picked the OC Orgil, I'm just gonna say Orgil, because they just looked so cool. I already had an idea on what I wanted to do, so it was just perfect. Orgil is the external administration of a circus. They are an older man, so I tried making them look older. I decided to study the art style of Suishida, just a little bit. One of my favorite mangakas. I wanted to make it look like they were in a portrait painting, but didn't draw the frame since I just suck at drawing those. I didn't struggle on him at all, surprisingly. It was so fun to draw him. I just love the brushes I used. I don't like the length of his neck though. I realized I draw big heads and draw necks really long, so I want to fix that soon. But like I said, I adore the sketch. It's so pretty and my favorite brush so far. So the sketch brush I love so much was so pretty. I love it for like a manga-like look that I want to use it for like future comics. And then there's like another brush that I want to use for future comics too, so I don't know which one to pick. The render brush was a painting brush, so it's just like really nice for like drawing paintings. I got 29 points from this attack. Also, I got sick again because, you know, it's just a pattern now. I don't want to go in detail since that's not the point, but I have been getting sick nearly every day and fucked up my sleep schedule, like horribly, so no other attacks this day. On day 13, I did 2 attacks, but since I am only showing 21 attacks on this part, on the next part I'll show the rest of the 21 attacks, and on part 3 I'll show 21 of the other ones. Since I did 63 attacks and I split them up in 3 parts because these are going to be like really long videos. This will be the last attack I'll show in this part, even though I did 2 on day 13, so I'll continue day 13 in part 2. Anyways, I attacked Shirley Draws. They have a series called Mascot Unmasked, and I thought it would be cool to draw their OC Quinn. Quinn is secretly their university's mascot and has to protect their identities, so like a double life. I thought that concept was so cool. I picked Quinn because their hair was so pretty. I wanted to draw them in a cute, like, in her mind type of pose, like she's just spacing out, but maybe accidentally make eye contact with you, I don't know. I struggled on the face a bit, and you could see me fix their eye in the very end, so ignore that, please, it's bad. Like I said, I'm struggling with like my neck lengths, so I don't like that either, so it just looks weird. At least the shading is pretty enough. I love the shading. Now for the brushes, the sketch brush, I kind of don't like it, but it is a better version of the brush that I used for the cherry cat attack I did. For the render brush, it was good for like a hard shading look. For this attack, I got 39 points. Also, they revenged me back, so look at the code. Look, the shading is so good. Like the posing and the hair. They did such a good job, and like the lighting too. It was just so good. Alright, that's the last of them for now. Thank you for watching. Wow, you made it this far into the video. I'm glad you did, really. The other parts will come soon, but don't worry, I have better attacks I did later on in the other parts. Like they're scattered, there's like so many like good ones, and then there's like some bad ones, and then they're like good ones again, so it's like all over the place. If you want to see those, consider subscribing to see when they come out, or don't, and it's totally fine, I'm not gonna force you. Anyways, I am so grateful for everyone who attacked me on our fight this year. Their art pieces were so flawless, I can't with them. I will leave the people I attacked in this video down below so you could go check them out. Again, there are 2 parts left, so don't forget to come back to see the rest of the parts when they are out, or check them out if they are out by now. Anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and bye!